Before he became a two-time World Cup champion, before Europe feared his power, and long before the world started calling him the Viking. RG Snyman had to survive injuries, surgeries, shattered comebacks, and even a fire pit accident that nearly ended everything he had worked for. His journey is one of pain, power, and a resilience almost no athlete on earth could match. Welcome back to Skylight Waves, the home of powerful life stories, inspiring journeys, and untold athlete biographies. And today, we uncover the rise, the fall, and the unstoppable resurrection of a giant who refused to break. Before we dive in, hit subscribe, tap like, and join the Skylight Waves family, where every legend story comes to life. Early life. Rudolph Gerhardus Snyman was born on January 29, 1995, and from the moment he first pulled on a Blue Bulls jersey, South African rugby knew this kid was different. He wasn't just tall. He wasn't just strong. He was a natural lock in the making. Snyman represented the Bulls from a young age, starring at the 2008 Under-13 Craven Week. 3 years later, at the 2011 Grant Como Week, he scored against Boland, a sign of the dominance to come. By 2013, he was unstoppable at the Under-18 Craven Week in Polokwane. His performances earned him selection to the South Africa Schools team, where he started all 3 matches, helping defeat England, France, and Wales. The Viking era had quietly begun. Club career. Blue Bulls rising. After school, Snyman joined the Blue Bulls Academy, and 2014 became his breakout year. With the Under-19s. He scored in the opening match versus Eastern Province. Played 10 regular season matches. Scored again versus Free State. Helped the Bulls finish top of the table. He started both playoff matches, including the narrow final against Western Province. His rise was unavoidable. Before even playing senior rugby, Snyman was drafted into the Bulls' 2015 Super Rugby squad. Game time didn't come yet, so he went back to the Vodacom Cup, making his senior debut in a 37-13 win over the Falcons. He started several matches after that. By June 2015, the Bulls extended his contract until 2017. The foundations of greatness were officially laid. Japan and a cruel injury. In 2017, Snyman took his talents to Japan, signing with Mie Honda Heat for the top Challenge League. But tragedy struck early. A major knee injury tore through his season. Surgery followed. Rehab followed. He didn't know it yet. But this was only the first chapter in a long, painful war with injuries. After lifting the 2019 Rugby World Cup with South Africa, Snyman returned to Honda Heat for another season, but storm clouds were forming. Munster, triumph, tragedy and survival. In 2020, Snyman signed with Irish giants Munster, reunited with Springbok forwards coach Johan van Graan. COVID-19 cancelled the Japanese season, so he arrived early in May. August 22, 2020, his Munster debut. 7 minutes in, disaster. He tore his ACL. Rehab began. A setback forced minor surgery. Then the unthinkable. Snyman suffered severe burns in a freak fire pit accident, requiring a skin graft. His body was breaking. His spirit? Never. He returned early in the 2021-22 URC season, scoring his first try for Munster against the Stormers. 1 week later, heartbreak again. Another ACL rupture versus Scarlets. It was one of the harshest injury stretches any modern player has endured. But Munster believed in him, offering a 2-year extension in January 2022. Snyman fought his way back once more, and in March 2023, after 17 months out, he returned against the Scarlets. 2 months later, he helped Munster win the 2022-23 URC title. From devastation to triumph, the Viking refused to fall. The Leinster chapter. December 2023. News breaks, Snyman will leave Munster and join rivals Leinster after the 2023-24 season. Munster could only retain one non-Irish lock, and they chose Jean Clane. But Snyman didn't arrive in Dublin quietly. He arrived with a mission. By June 2025, Snyman was voted URC Players Player of the season. He helped Leinster win the 2024-25 URC final, dominating his former club, the Bulls, 32-7. The Viking was not just back. He was ruling again. International career. South Africa under-20. Snyman represented South Africa under-20 in the 2015 World Rugby Under-20 Championship. He started all three pool matches in big wins over Italy, Samoa, and Australia. South Africa lost the semi-final to England but beat France 31-18 to finish third. In 2016, he stepped up to South Africa, playing 2 matches against the England Saxons. In 2017, he even represented the World 15. The Springboks knew his time was coming. World Cup glory and the dark years. In 2019, Snyman was selected for the Rugby World Cup in Japan. He played all 7 matches, scored his first test try against Italy, and helped the Springboks lift the trophy, South Africa's 3rd World Cup title. But the years that followed were brutal. Between ACL tears, surgical setbacks, and the fire pit accident, Snyman's test career flatlined. He was selected for the 2021 British and Irish Lions tour, but the burns ruled him out. He returned briefly for the Rugby Championship but missed the end-of-year tour after re-rupturing his knee. It was the darkest chapter of his career. The return of the Viking. July 8, 2023. South Africa vs Australia. RG Snyman returned to Test rugby for the first time since the 2019 World Cup final, and he looked like he'd never left. Later that year, he was named in the squad for the 2023 Rugby World Cup. He helped South Africa lift the trophy again. A 2-time world champion. A survivor. A comeback king. And in September 2025, he scored as South Africa crushed New Zealand 43-10, their biggest ever win on Kiwi soil. The Viking wasn't just back. He was rewriting history. Honours and achievements. Munster. United Rugby Championship, 2022-23. Leinster. United Rugby Championship, 2024-25. South Africa. Rugby World Cup, 2019-2023. Rugby Championship, 2019-2025. A career defined by dominance and resilience. From Pretoria playgrounds to World Cup glory, from ACL tears to fire pit burns, from heartbreak to resurrection. Rudolph Gerhardus Snyman has lived a story few players could survive. But that's the thing about giants, they don't fall easily. And even when they do, they rise stronger. If you enjoyed this journey, hit subscribe, tap like, and join us again here on Skylight Waves, where the world's greatest legends come to life. See you in the next story.